whisper sins. Past the chapel where the fire took the saints. There's a trail lit by the ghost of a lantern's glow, where whiskey bottles mark a path only cursed know. Each step a memory, each shadow a tale of woe. Where the lantern path waits to do the bones of fate. Under the moon's cold watch lies a story unspoke. The cries of the night, they know my name. Lost love's echo and the winds that never wane. Dust remembers astride of forsaken boots, through silent towns with boarded saloons. There's a flame that burns in a lover's scorn, and a man with a heart from which all warmth has shorn. Promises like tumbleweeds gone as soon as they're sworn. Where the lantern path awaits with silent gates, past forgotten graves where the love once bloomed. Here lies the dust of dreams decayed, on cursed lands where we once prayed. In the valley of shadows I met my fears, face to face with the years and the salt of my tears. A showdown with the ghost in my mind, where the past and present are cruelly entwined. I reach for my gun as the night resigned. Where the lantern path waits, I settle my scores with the ghosts of my love and the wars of my remorse. The stars witness my sins in this desolate expanse. I walk alone, gave the devil his dance. On the lantern path, there's nothing left but to advance. In a ghost town's hot under a blood-red moon, whispering winds hum an old dead tune. Footprints lay hidden neath layers of soot, echoes of laughter, my dusty boots. Past the old saloon where the whiskey's gone dry, shadows dance where the lost souls lie. Dancing with dusty boots, on cursed land I stand, spinning with spirits, a bottle in my hand. The stars watching silent as old debts demand. Oh, I'm dancing with dusty boots in the devil's sand. By the burnt church's bell she swore her love true. Beneath wooden crosses our wild dreams grew. A betrayal king whispered on a hot desert breeze as she vanished like rain in the silent seas. Left a heart full of bullets and a grave unmarked. In the dust storm scream I lost my spark. through the cracked canyon wall. My reckoning's written in the dust storm squall. With every step forward, the past pulls me back. In this ghost dance, my soul's painted black. So I'm dancing with dusty boots, revenge at my heel, across this damn valley, to make the past kneel. Buried my heart where the cold church bell peals, forever dancing with dusty boots. That's my deal. Verse and chorus in this haunted desert ballad, stirred with the grit and ghost of a land that takes more than it gives. A tale of a man entwined with his fate in the timeless dance of vengeance and lost love among the whispering sands. Out of a window's vow. In a town too grim for dawn's early light, where the whiskey whispers secrets and the stars fear to tread, she stands by the doorway, a shadow in white, with vows made of venom and roses once red. Dust devils dance where the chapel once stood, and the train's lonesome whistle moans her grief to the cold. In the silvery gleam of that cursed silent wood lies the story of love, bought, betrayed, and resolved. A widow's heart, keep your ghostly vow, sworn over graves where the lost lovers lay. By the burnt church's bell, she's calling him now to the town that the maps and the good folks betray. Underneath that dead oak where they swore to be true lies a ring and a bullet, a story untold. He promised her stars but gave the night's cruel hue. Her bed now a ledger of debts cold as gold. Her groom found in darkness, his whispers like rust. In a barroom's cruel laughter, her fate turned to dust. Through a curtain of tears she watched love turn to lust. Now the prairie winds howl for the justice she trusts. Oh, widow's heart, curse your bitter vow, bound by the shadows where old lovers stray. By the burnt church's silence, she's haunting him now, in a ghost town where hope and the damned souls wait. Moon, she finds her old flame with a gun and a Bible. Her tears turn to wrath. In the silence between them, she whispers his name. A vow made in darkness, a straight vengeful path. A shot in the desert, a fall in the dust, an echo that carries through bones and through rust. The widow's lone vow takes its toll as it must. Love's ledger now settled, she turns from the past. Oh, widow's heart, rest your weary vow. Leave the cursed lands where the cold spirits play. By the burnt church's shadow, peace finds her somehow, in a silent desert where old debts are paid. shadows cross, the moon hangs low, revealing loss. Whiskey bottles clink in hollow song. Midnight on the lonely road where spirits belong. A lone coyote calls to a ghost town's lights. It's a canvas painted black, missing all its rights. Underneath the starless cloak, vengeance does implore. Silent deserts whisper tales of the damned and the yore. Each step is a memory, each breath a burning pyre. Midnight on the lonely road, kindling old desires. There's a tale they whisper of a love betrayed. Her laughter haunts the canyons by the creek where they laid. A preacher man once told of redemption and sins. Now his church lies in ashes as the dust storm begins. The train whistles mourn like a widow softly. In the night's chilly grasp, no soul dares to flee. Underneath the starless cloak, vengeance does implore. Silent deserts whisper tales of the damned and the yore. Footprints lead to nowhere, in the sand they conspire. Midnight on the lonely road, awakening the light. Face to face with the past at the old hanging tree. Forgotten graves stir, whisper, set us free. A gun's cold echo in the valley tonight. Truth and retribution blend under the pale moonlight. Let the stars bear witness, let the cold wind howl. Revenge or forgiveness under fate's stern scowl. Now I walk with shadows, in silence I roam. Midnight on the lonely road, this cursed land my home. In a ghost town where the dust whispers secrets at dusk, haunted by the tune of a whiskey-soaked past. Lone shadows stretch where the gallows once swung. Silhouettes dance on the walls of the damned. Train whistles moan through the cursed silent land. A melody to the bones, forgotten beneath the sand. Beneath the gallows I sing this song, a tale of love lost where the right turned wrong. The wind carries echoes of a vengeful ghostly throng in the heart of the desert where the nights are long. She was the fire in the chapel that burned it to the ground. A love so fierce, now a memory drowned. A traitor's kiss led me to this fate, bound by chains of anger sealed by hate. Dust storms roar over stones unturned, on a path of revenge where my heart once burned. Beneath the gallows I sing this song, a tale of a love lost where the right turned wrong. The wind carries echoes of a vengeful ghostly throng in the heart of the desert where the nights are long. Now here I stand in the shadows of my sins, facing down the ghosts of what might have been. The noose swings gently, a reminder of my plight. In the pale moonlight I'm ready to fight the echoes of the past. They howl and they hiss, whispering secrets of the abyss. Beneath the gallows, this is my redemption song. From the shadows of the past to where I belong. Let the desert sands claim me as their own. Beneath the gallows, I find my way home. In the haunted silence where my demons have roamed, beneath the gallows I sing my final song. Out in the shadow of a ghost town's glow, where the wind whispers secrets only dead men know. The midnight train moans a soulful dirge, past forgotten graves on the sinner's verge. A whiskey bottle clutched in a trembling hand, fate etched deep in the cursed land. Buried in the midnight train, echoes of love, whispers of pain, steel rails singing a haunted refrain, lost souls riding through dust and rain. Once had a lover as a desert sky, till betrayal left her in a church to die. The preacher man said, son, seek no revenge, but the whiskey sang of a darker pledge. Underneath that blood moon scornful light, I vowed she'd not be alone that night. Buried in night train, each whistle a cry, each clack a chain, carrying sorrow, carrying blame. A heart full of dust, love's burning flame. I faced the devil in that howling gale. Ghosts in the fog, church bells rang. A silhouette danced where the lonely sang. Silent pistol, a flash in the dark. Revenge found its mark. Buried in the midnight train, beneath starlit skies, I lay my claim. Tracks to nowhere, forever my domain. In the heart of the desert I remain. Riding through the devil's deal. In the shadow of dusk, beneath the blood-red sky, I rode past a chapel where the crows do cry. Ghost town whispers through streets of despair. Empty bottles and dreams scattered everywhere. I'm riding through the devil's deal, haunted by the wheels, every turn and squeal. Packed with shadows in the silent sand, I ride alone, a cursed, forsaken man. Once loved a girl with wildfire eyes. Beneath these cursed stars, she told her lies. In a gust of dust, she left without a trace. Only the echo of her steps, a vanishing embrace. I'm riding through the devil's deal. Every mile a reminder of the heart she'd steal. Whiskey numbs the soul, but not the pain. In every shadow, her memory remains. At the crossroads, the wind speaks her name. A spectral vision in a flickering flame. Gunpowder and guilt, my constant friends. Tonight this endless road might finally end. Still riding through the devil's cruel jest, each star above a witness to my quest. In the heart of the desert, I make my stand to break this curse or die by my own hand. There's a shadow that hangs over the old Dawson's farm, where the timber creaks with whispers of harm. The sky paints crimson over fields that mourn, burning barn on the horizon, where our sins were born. Oh, the smoke, it climbs like ghosts in the breeze, rising higher with my old memories. Each flame is a secret, each ash is a token of a love burned down and words left unspoken. In the glow of the moon, I found her silver locket beside empty bottles where the dust storms rocket. Her laughter echoes from the church's burnt shell in a ghost town of heartache where we once fell. Burning barn and smoke, hiding yesterday's sin. Whiskey whispers about the trouble I'm in. The fires in my soul mixing pain with the potion, with each ember a tear and each cinder an ocean. Underneath the train's lonesome whistle, there lays an untold feud. In the cursed lands by the forgotten graves, I face my solitude. Now the truth is clear as the crackling wood that in the night still burns. She was a spark and I the tinder. When will a man ever learn? So here's to the burning barn and smoke, to the past that I revoke. Here's to the dark, dusty trails and the vows that we broke. I'll ride through this silent desert till my wrongs are made right, or till I'm just another shadow melting into the night.
In the shadow of a ghost town, under the blood-red sky, whiskey bottles lie empty where lost spirits lie. The dust whistles secrets through streets that forgot time. A lone train moans softly, the past sins in its chime. Buried deep in the devil's deal, by the edge of the cursed lands, under a church long burning on, lost in his hands. No prayer left unspoken, no cross to appeal. All I got is this heartache and the bad deal seal. There's a tale of a lover whose eyes mirrored night, betrayed under starlight, vanished out of sight. Her whispers like venom, her shadow in the sands. Now I roam with the restless, with blood on my hands. Buried deep in the devil's deal, where the silent dead devil's cold steel. In the heat of the desert, I faced my own ghost, confronted the darkness, the pain I fear most. Respect your silhouette dances in the night's dusty veil, while I reckon with my demons on this forsaken trail. This cursed path with cold desert air. The church bell's silent now in this ghostly ordeal. The gunslinger's last confession, the devil's final seal.
Out where the whiskey drowns old tales, by the crossroads under the pale moon's veil, a ghost town weeps in the desert's breath, where shadows dance with the cursed lands of Seth. Dusty boots on forgotten graves, train whistles moan through winds that crave. Each midnight strikes like a judge's gavel, marking hearts bound by dirt and gravel. At midnight crossroads, mark your fate, where love's lost and the damned relate. Burning churches, sins confessed, underneath that moon no soul finds rest. Once a man with a lover's heart turned outlaw when his world fell apart. Whispers told of a dark betrayal in the silent desert beneath the stars' cold trail. He rode east where the dust storms speak, past the chapel where the holy weep, seeking vengeance for the love he'd lost. At midnight crossroads he'd pay the cost. At midnight crossroads, come to see where hearts bleed out their destiny. Burning memories, love undressed, underneath that moon no soul finds rest. There by the sign he faced his ghost, the lover's shade, his haunting host. Silver tears in the dead of night, their echoes bind him to his plight. Forgive, she cried, release your pain, but the curse of midnight knows no refrain. With each step back to where he'd been, the winds whispered of sin's own kin. At midnight crossroads, accept your part in a tale of revenge that breaks the heart. Churches burn and spirits contest, underneath that moon find no rest. At midnight crossroads, all is lost in the dance of ghosts. Love bears the cost with each whisper secret of the past. Midnight's curse holds tight and fast. sky in the town of grief, where whispered winds through the churchyard weave. A figure casts no shadow, drifts where sins are sold. Eyes like empty minds, his heart dark and cold. Boots stir the dust past saloon swinging doors. Each step he takes a silent promise of war. He rides with the devil, got a curse on his soul. A whiskey bottle for the pain no man to console. The devil's gunslinger, on a black horse he roams, hunting down betrayal in these ghostly desert homes. Once loved a girl with fire in her eyes. In a chapel of dreams they exchanged sweet lies, but love turned to ash in a blaze one night. A heart betrayed is a dangerous blight. Now he roams through towns, each a forgotten grave. A spectral rider chasing the love he couldn't save. He rides with the devil, revenge fuels his quest, haunted by her memory in the wild, wild west. The devil's gunslinger with a vow to uphold, in the land of the lost where the brave ain't so bold. In the mirror of a dusty, broken saloon, he faces his demon neath the ghostly moon. His gun whispers secrets of a blood-stained path. The devil laughs softly at the aftermath. Now he's bound by blood to the barren sands, a lone cursed outlaw in the forsaken lands. The devil's gunslinger with the cold winds moan. In the heart of the desert he walks alone. Like a train's lonesome whistle in the vast silent desert, thorny like thistle. Out where the whiskey whispers in the wind, scorched land, rattling the skeletons of ghost towns in its command. Dust devils dance where the church once proudly stood, now just charred wood framing betrayal's neighborhood. On the ashes of the lonely road where my heart lays bare, each step stirs the stories that the dead refuse to spare. The whiskey bottle's empty, like the promises she made, under the shadow of the cross where my sins were paid. The moonlight cast long shadows like fingers on my past. Her love was a desert flower, never meant to last. The silent desert to the cursed train tracking, her whispers still haunt me with the winds they send. On the ashes of the lonely road where ghosts claim their due, every footfall echoes a past died in midnight hill. On the ashes of the lonely road, I embrace my fate. Riding through the shadows of her love turned hate. This whiskey bottle's broken, like the oath I swore. On the lonely road I wander, alone forevermore. Each line etches deep into the soul of a man scarred by love and deceit, marking his journey through a haunted, relentless landscape that mirrors his own in the desolation. Through the timbers and old ghost towns lullaby, whiskey bottles clinking rhythm under a forsaking sky. Dust devils dance on broken streets where lovers used to tread. Each footprint's a story buried in a town too dead to wed. I'm dancing with ghost town, shadows in my spin, twirling with memories of sins draped in sin. The moon hangs like a jury in the courtroom of the night, as I dance with ghost town under fading lantern light. A train whistle weeps at midnight across the barren moors. Echoes stir the spirits behind the saloon swinging doors. I came here seeking solace in the arms of a spectral bride. Her betrayal burns like a church on fire with the devil trapped inside. Dancing with ghost town, a waltz in the dust, a lover's quarrel settled with each gust. Stars witness in silence in the courtroom of the night, as I dance with ghost town, where wrong dawns the mask of right. In the heart of the desert, under the scorn crow's nest, I faced the man who wronged me with a bullet in my chest. Forgotten graves bear witness as the sand whispers confess. In the heat of confrontation, truth bears its final test. Still dancing with ghost town, vengeance in my veins. Each step a story of love, loss, and pain. Judgment comes like daylight in the courtroom of the night, as I dance with ghost town till my soul takes flight. In the ashes of twilight, neath a blood-red moon scorn, stands a skeleton of a barn where my bitter fate was born. Whiskey whispers in the wind like voices torn and worn, as the shadows dance with fire where my heart's hope lies forlorn. Midnight in the burning barn, flames reach for the sky. Every ember tells a tale of a love that had to die. The devil plays a fiddle in this ghostly, cursed lie, as I watch the past turn to smoke and the old god sigh. There's a storm of memories rolling o'er the plains. A train whistles mournful sounds like spirits breaking chains. She was the fire, wild and free, in those dust-ridden lanes, till betrayal's cold hand pushed me to claim these burning rains. Midnight in the burning barn, this pyre of despair, echoes of a gunshot still hanging in the air. Lost love's a dusty bottle, its contents all too rare. Now just broken glass and spirit in the ash I stare. In the heart of the blaze I see her face, haunting every flame. Truth crashes down like a hard, heavy rain. Was it me, was it her, or just the wild, wicked game? In this fire, all I know is nothing will ever be the same. A midnight in the burning barn where my old life ends. Here among these cursed lands a new path descends. With the fire as my witness on revenge, my soul depends. As the dawn breaks clear, my spirit bends but never breaks, it mends. So I'll ride out at dawn with the ashes in my wake, a lone gunslinger with a heart too charred to break. Every step from this burn, another destiny I'll make. Midnight's fire taught me well just what's at stake.
Black sun in a ghost town's embrace. Whiskey bottles lay shattered, echoes of a fall from grace. Dust devils dance on barren lands where hope dare not tread. Train whistles moan through silent deserts, singing songs of the dead. Right through the shadows, under the devil's black sun, where hearts turn to stone and the rivers run dry. Lost love's a memory, fading at the end of my gun. In the land of the forsaken, under the ink black sky. Once loved a girl with fire in her soul, in a town too cursed to thrive. Her kiss was sweeter than redemption, the only truth in my life. But betrayal came on a burning church's breeze, with smoke that choked my faith. Now her ghost in forgotten graves whispers a lover's wraith. Right through vengeance, under the devil's black sun, where promises break and the shadows betray. Her love's a ghost now, shot down by my own gun. In the land where even brave men kneel and pray. A showdown with my demons under the eyes of a forsaken nation. The truth hit hard like the desert scorching sand. All I loved was lost to the devil's own hand. I'll ride alone under the devil's black sun, through cursed lands where redemption is won with a gun. No turning back, the past is a shadow I shun. In the land of the lost, until my days are done. In the shadow of the mesa, where the sun forgets to rise, Dead Man's Valley sleeps beneath the cloak of starless skies. Whiskey bottles and forgotten graves lined up like silent guards. Echoes of the pistols crack the dealing of the cards. Oh, Valley, hear my mournful cry across your barren lands, where ghostly whispers fill the air like prayers from trembling hands. I came for gold, for glory found under your cursed moon. Left my heart and broke my bones in the dust of your monsoon. A lover's vow so sweetly sworn beneath the old church bell turned to ash when she betrayed with the outlaw I knew well. Through burning churches, storming dust, my revenge did bide its time. Train whistles moan a lonesome tune to my sins and her crime. Oh, Valley, hear my vengeful creed through your silent storms, where shadows play in twisted shapes and dark history forms. Once a haven, now a grave, for the love I chose to spurn. In your desolate embrace, I discern what men must learn. There by the creek I faced him down, the devil's wind did howl. 2 shots fired in the gloom, a third carried by the owl. His shadow fell, my love did flee, nowhere left to roam. Dead Man's Valley, take my soul, make this ghost your home. Oh, Valley, I'm your prodigal beneath your cursed sky. I've laid to rest my vengeful ghost, and yet I cannot die. In your silent sacred sands, with my tales of pain, Dead Man's Valley holds me fast in its lonesome spectral chain.
shadow of a burned down church, under the eye of a silver moon. Whiskey whispers through the ghost town dirt, where love and vengeance met their doom. Dusty bottles tell the tales of forbidden loves and bitter trails. Each sip a story, each glass a grave, in the land where the lost souls crave. Midnight in the whiskey, on cursed lands I roam, haunted by the echoes of what used to be my home. The wind cries out for justice through streets forever cold. Midnight in the whiskey, where the truth is seldom told. There's a train that wails like a lover's scorn, through silent deserts where dreams turn to thorns. She left with a secret in the dead of night, her silhouette fading by the lantern's light. Caught twixt the bottle and the blaze, a heart once pure now lost in haze. Promises crumbled into dust in this town of the damned and unjust. Midnight in the whiskey, with shadows as my guide, searching for redemption on this ghostly midnight ride. The past claws at my spirit, refusing to let hold. Midnight in the whiskey, where the nights are long and cold. Then at the stroke of midnight, by the old graveyard side, I saw her face in the moonlight, where secrets can't hide. She whispered of sorrow, of the love we once sowed in her eyes, the fires of vengeance in that silent cursed abode. Midnight in the whiskey, where the lost are found, beneath the stars of sorrow on this haunted hallowed ground. The church bell rings for no man, but tonight it tolls for thee. Midnight in the whiskey sets the darkest spirits free.
Riding through the ghost town, boots dragging in the dust. A photograph in my pocket and a pistol starting to rust. Her name still burns like bourbon in the silence of my throat, and the stars don't shine above me like they did before she spoke. There's whiskey in the dust, blood on the barn door. She left with the preacher, I swore I'd even the score. Now I drink to her shadow, and I spit on the flame. She took my soul to heaven, then cursed me by name. The saloon's a grave of echoes, just chairs and broken lies. I carved her name on oak wood, for I watched it burn and die. My hands still shake from memories
the devil won't erase. She kissed me like salvation, then vanished without a trace. There's whiskey in the dust, and the bottle's running low. No prayers left for sinners on this blackened rodeo. I ain't chasing forgiveness, I ain't begging for peace. I just ride for the silence where her memory ceased. Maybe death ain't the end, just a place she went before. And maybe I'll find her voice through that burned church door. But till then I'll keep riding with the wind at my back, and this curse in my chest under skies painted black. There's whiskey in the dust and her ghost in my hand. I loved her like fire, now I burn like the land. She said not all men die, some just fade and combust. So I drink for the damned with my whiskey in the dust.
Shadow of the valley, where the sun forgets to shine, lies a town too scared to whisper, crossing over fate's fine line. Dust devils dance on broken streets, wind sings the chapel sins. Every step on this cursed land, a sorrowful waltz begins. By beneath the ghostly moonlight, they waltz those lost before their time, with whiskey, tears, and heartache, to a tune that speaks of crime. The stars are dim, the night is thick, a dance of despair and chance. In the cursed land they waltz, in their endless spectral trance. There once was love neath these ochre skies, now just shadows remain. Promises made by lying lips brought nothing but pain. A train's lone whistle mourns the dead, past dreams that can't be saved. Among the ashes of the church lie secrets dark and grave. Ah, beneath the ghostly moonlight, they waltz those lost before their time, with whiskey, tears, and heartache, to a tune that speaks of crime. The stars are dim, the night is thick, a dance of despair and chance. In the cursed land they waltz, in the most of those I'm trying to forget. Beneath the ghostly moonlight, I waltz alone, my fate resigned, stepping through my past mistakes, leaving hope and fear behind. The stars now watch in silence as I embrace this cursed dance in the land that haunts my dreams, where I had my last chance. In this cursed land I waltz with my ghosts, my love, my stance.
The hollow man, silhouettes on horizons where the sun bleeds out again. A whiskey bottle rolled from a hand now cold, a story of betrayal in a silence left unsold. Riding through the shadows cloak the cursed land scar, echoes of a train's lonesome cry underneath a forsaken sky. A town forgotten with a church aflame, windows stare like empty eyes lost a name. Here stood she